Hey guys, what's going on? I just want to send a quick video. The other night, Scotty Kufis and Jonathan Budd had a call. Scotty Kufis, if you haven't heard the call, it's really good information, especially the first 10 minutes of that call. It talks about really what it takes to have success in this industry and especially our business, Genewize Life Sciences. And I just kind of want to summarize that, but I'm also going to include that call in the text of the email. But really, some really good information. And we kind of need to decide if that's what you want. If you really want to have success in this industry, we got to take some steps. And what he talks about is three concepts. And one is exposure. How many people are you going to expose in the next 90 days? How many people do you want to expose in the next year? I'll talk a little bit about that in a second, kind of summarize that. The second thing is fortune is in the follow-up. And the third thing is working with the willing. So me as someone that's been working with you guys, I've kind of portrayed this that I am willing to work with the willing. Anybody that calls me, I've spent hours on the phone, I've spent hours on Skype training people, and you know, I'm willing to do that. I cannot you know, put myself in a position that I need to call you guys and say, hey, we need to do this. Because really, you know, if you're motivated to do that, if you're motivated to move away from a certain situation over here, you have all the tools available to you. So, and you know where to come. So it kind of has to be that way. So with that being said, working with the willing, anybody that is serious about making a change in their life, we kind of have to have an assignment. We have to, you know, this is your business and you have a choice of whether or not to do, to follow through with the assignment. And the assignment really is give me a call. We have to have a conversation about how many people you want to expose in the next 90 days and how much you really, you know, what kind of income that you would like to produce after that 90-day period. I'm going to tell you whether, you know, your exposure plan is going to fit with that income goal and what we need to tweak and figure that out. And really, we have a lot of ways to expose people in this on our team. I've been around the block. I know some of you have too, and you've done those old school ways. Well, I tell you what, with technology, it does take 30, 60, 90 days to ramp up. If you're not using that technology, it doesn't work. So if you're not using that technology, which we've talked about in the past, whether it's doing a YouTube video a day, getting on the forums, writing an article, doing all these different things, those things take time to ramp up, and once they do, they're out there forever. So you see some huge, massive results if you do those things consistently on a daily basis. But if you're not doing those things, you only have two other options. The other option is to really talk to people word of mouth. And you know, to be honest, this is a really, the first opportunity I've ever seen that is really speaks to people. And really, you don't have to puke up on people, and it talks about that on this call. But you just really expose them. We'll talk about how to do that as well. So the idea is if you want to expose 100 people in a year, that's 2 per week. If you want to expose 100 people in 3 months, that's 1 per day. If you want to expose 100 people in 30 days, that's 3 per day. Now, do you have enough time to do that? 10, if you want to expose 100 people in 10 days, that's possible, but do you have time to do that, and do you have time to follow up with that? Now, we have, exposure does not have to be by going out there and talking to somebody. That's one of the most effective ways of doing it. We have the technology to get things out there to a lot of people, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of time. So what are you willing to do? And that's what the conversation we need to have. So I am willing to work with the willing. So the assignment is those that are willing, and that includes everybody. If you're willing to work with me, I need a phone call from you this week. So if you're not, that's okay. That's entirely okay. The third option is to become a customer. Because if you don't expose it by just talking to your warm list or your people that you trust and know, if you don't want to expose it through a video, if you don't want to expose it through an article or forums, I really don't know of any too many other ways to do this business. You're kind of kidding yourself if you think you're in business and you're not exposing. And exposure means that not only has that person gone to the place where you want them to go, that could be a website, a phone call, or whatever, but you've also followed up with the conversation and said, What did you like best about what you've heard so far, or what did you find most interesting about what you heard so far? When you ask the question, what do you think, that is the wrong path. So that is exposure. You've actually had that conversation. Let me tell you, I've been doing this for 6 months or so, and I have to step it up myself to expose 100 people in the next 90 days. So that's it for now, but I just wanted to kind of pass that along. I'm not being hardcore. I'm just saying these are the things that are required to have success in this industry. And if you're not doing any of those things, you're really kidding yourself. And I know there's all kinds of excuses out there that say, you know, hey, I've worked 70 hours this week. Well, what are you going to be doing 365 days from now if you don't make a change? That's all I got to say. But I'm here to help you guys, and I have a lot of time to do it. So use me as a resource, and if you don't want to do that, that's okay too. That's your choice. It's your business. Have a good day. Looking forward to talking to you. Give me a call this week. See ya.